Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny. I'm a tropical Western astrologer, and today we're going to talk about the new moon at 7 degrees Taurus that is happening on April the 27th. I am going ahead in time. It is April. And there's so much energy going on. We want to talk about the astrology of this new moon. But first, I want to talk to you about the energy of having a Taurus moon in your natal birth chart. And what does a Taurus new moon feel like? First of all, the moon is exalted in Taurus. So it loves to be in Taurus. Its first favorite home is Cancer. Second favorite home is Taurus. So I always say the first home, that's the main home. But the second home, it's like the family cabin. It's almost better than the main home. You look forward to going there. Okay, maybe the beds aren't as good. Maybe the furniture is older. But you almost love going to the family cabin more than the house. So yes, the moon loves to be in Taurus. And I'm just taking a look here at my moon journal. People are loving this journal. I teach you how to manifest with the moons of 2025. And I also go through what each moon sign feels like. So Taurus moon, or if you have a moon in the second house, you require touch, sensuality, and you love kissing. You love good food, nice things, beautiful ambiance. You also love money and embracing abundance on all levels. Indeed, you are beautifully bougie. You are ruled by Venus and your moon is exalted. So you love emotionally aware people. You were born to fully embody and fully express beauty in all forms and in full depth. You are here to work on your self-worth. And when you learn to embrace your worthiness, you will attract your ideal partner and your soul family members. So each moon I go through in this book. This is another one of my books on shadow work. How do you do shadow work with astrology? And I go through the high vibe and the shadow vibe of each sign. And just to let you know, a Taurus high vibe, a high vibing sun sign Taurus, as well as a high vibing moon sign in Taurus. You're earthy and grounded. You're full of self-worth, sensual, stable and dependable, practical, productive, conserving, physical, resourceful, industrious, reliable, loyal, trustworthy, preserving, patient, consistent, determined, domestic, and artistic, because you are ruled by Venus. So this is another one of my great books here. Back to this book, I teach you how to work with new moons and with full moons, as well as the last quarter moon and the first quarter moon. So I talk about what those phases mean and how you can work. Rule of thumb, every single new moon, no matter what sign it's in, you write your intentions, unless it's an eclipse, and I talk about that in this book as well. You don't manifest, you don't write intentions at eclipses, but this is the first new moon since our crazy eclipse season in March. So this is the first new moon where we can write intentions. And I'm going to walk you through an all signs forecast of this new moon so that you'll know the area of life for you to write the intentions, set the intentions. In this book here, I show you that, so for each moon of 2025, so the new moon is on April 27th at 7 degrees Taurus at 12:30 PST. And then for this particular, you find the journal page, and I have a journal prompt for each moon. So let's talk about it. What is this? What is this particular new moon in Taurus? Because every year there's a new moon in Taurus, and it happens in Taurus season. So happy birthday to all our beautiful Tauruses out there. It is Taurus season. We love Taurus season. The flowers are blooming, but also we're getting so grounded and we love it. And spring is springing and we love it so much. This particular new moon in Taurus, though, has a little bit of some gnarly energy to it. So let's talk about it. There is other gnarly things going on in the heavens right now, too, and I know we're all feeling it. The energy is intense. We can definitely say that. And I have had so many text messages from friends, family, clients, what's going on in the cosmos? Why do I feel like this? So we're going to talk about that as well. But this particular, whenever there's a new moon, it's always the sun and moon together. So the sun is at 7 degrees of Taurus and the moon is at 7 degrees of Taurus. And they meet together in the sky. It's called a new moon. The sky is dark. You don't see the moon. And so at a new moon, we are always advised, we are urged by the cosmos to set our intentions. And if we can metaphorically think of planting the seeds in the dark soil under the dark sky. So we dig up the dirt, we plant those seeds of intentions, we pack the dirt, and so it's dark, just like the heavens, as above, so below. And so we plant the intentions, and we, of course, don't expect it to show up tomorrow morning. We wait for 6 months until there's a full moon in Taurus. At that 6 month mark, that's when we go back and we look at our new moon journal. What were the intentions that we planted into the dark soil, under the dark skies, under the dark heavens? What did we intend 6 months prior? Because 6 months later, at the full moon in Taurus, we look at our harvest. We bring out our beautiful bags, whatever we bring out to get our harvest, pick our harvest, bring it back inside. What has manifested? And sometimes when it's full moon, we turn into lunatics because we realize what has not manifested. And perhaps we didn't do the intentional work that we were urged and called to do 6 months prior. And that's why that saying lunatics shows up, because we do often feel like a lunatic at a full moon. We didn't do the thing. We knew we should have done the thing 6 months ago, and we didn't follow the inner urges. And therefore, the harvest is not there for us to collect 6 months later. And that's where the saying comes from. So this particular new moon, sun and moon are together at 7 degrees of Taurus. So I'm going to walk you through an all signs forecast to find out where 7 degrees of Taurus is for you in your natal birth chart. But also with the sun and the moon together, we're squaring Mars and we're squaring Pluto, creating a T-square. So this is that gnarly new moon energy that I was talking about. Yes, the moon loves being in Taurus. So let's just really embrace that beautiful energy of the moon loving being here. It feels so comfortable. Our feelings feel comfortable. Let's embrace bougie, wonderful, good feeling, stable energies, because the square with Mars and Pluto, not feeling so great. But squares always urge us to do the damn thing. Make the damn decision and do the damn thing. So we might want to be sitting there bougie, drinking our drinks poolside and having our food served to us with the finest fabrics and the most beautiful grounding energy. Yes, we might want to do that. We might feel those vibes, but we also have to do some stuff. We also have to pull out our journal, plant the seeds, because we know what we need to do. We know the seeds that need to be planted so that we can collect the harvest in 6 months' time. So we're going to be feeling it. There's going to be a T-square. Mars and Pluto, those are the great malefics. So, this could mean a lot of war, a lot of people around you fighting, a lot of drama. This could show up that way. I highly encourage you not to engage in that energy and to embrace that energy from the T-square of like, okay, no more of this. I know what I need to do to get to my next level. I know the decisions I need to make. I know the course that I want to take. I know the breathwork facilitation program that I want to go to. Joanne and I are doing a breathwork workshop, astrology, breathwork, energy clearing, energy healing, end of May. If you're local in Vancouver, please do attend. So maybe you're feeling like, I finally need to do this. Like I need to heal myself. I have to make some decisions. I have to cut that thing out of my diet. I need to, whatever. You're feeling like you need to do it, even though this moon can feel so bougie and I just want to be lazy. Taurus, low vibes, shadow vibe of Taurus is extremely lazy. So I get it. And it feels good. It feels good to be lazy sometimes. But there's also that feeling of we need to make some decisions in order for us to get to the next level and heal ourselves. Also happening in the skies at the same time as this new moon, I cannot not mention this. We have a conjunction in Pisces, and it is Saturn, Venus, and North Node. Saturn, Venus, North Node, all together at n degrees of Pisces. So again, back to I'm getting lots of text messages from friends, family, clients going, what's this funky energy? It's Saturn, Venus, and the North Node together in Pisces. End degrees of Pisces. The final, like we're getting to the final sign of the zodiac at the end degrees of the zodiac. And this is funky energy. You might be feeling like, oh my God, about relationships and your self-worth. Venus is there, and Saturn wants discipline and structure and hard work, and Venus wants all the beautiful things. Venus rules this new moon. So you always look to where is the ruler, what's happening with the ruler. So Venus just stationed direct, so that's fantastic. She's stationed direct in the heavens, but she's right next to Saturn and the North Node. This is very destined energy. Feels like fate, feels like destiny, feels like structure, feels like hard work, feels like it's going to take forever, feels like it's never going to show up, or I'm never going to find true love, or I'm never going to feel this way. It can feel like that in the low vibe. High vibe, what is this conjunction all about? Saturn, Venus, and North Node in North and in Pisces. What is it really helping us do? This is our spiritual next level. This is our next. If you don't like the word spiritual, fine. This is your next level, your next glow up as a human being. And it's going to take work. Saturn's saying you can't just pray it. You can't just like snap your fingers and expect it. This is like you need to work at this. You need to focus. That's something that I talk about a lot in my shadow work journal is we need to focus on our thought patterns. It takes focus, constant focus. At the end of the day, I give you suggestions in this book. End of the day, do an end of day inventory. Like, how often did I ruminate over A, B, C, or D? The thing that really bothers me, the thing that triggered me during the day. Did I spend 5 minutes on it, or did I spend like the entire day ruminating, thinking? So this book that I've written here is all about focus your thoughts so that your thoughts don't take over your life, right? How to stay focused. And that's exactly what this conjunction between Saturn, Venus, and North Node is demanding us to do is focus where your mind is going in order to rewire your mind, in order to rewire your thought patterns, in order to unlearn the programs, in order to challenge the past programming, because we are all moving into the next level. That's what the cosmos have been urging us since the beginning of 2025 to up level. 2025 equals 9. And so 9 is the end, right? It just like this is the end. I'm not saying it's the end of the world. That's not all what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is there's so much change for 2025, and we're all being encouraged to change ourselves, change our thought patterns, focus our minds toward what we want to see as opposed to what we don't want to see, and take charge of our emotions so that our emotions don't take charge of us. That's why I can't say enough about doing the shadow work during a year like 2025, during a conjunction like Saturn, Venus, and North Node conjunct in Pisces. Pisces is probably the most spiritual sign. It's in one world, in another world. If you have a lot of Pisces in your birth chart, or you know people with a lot of Pisces, they speak in metaphors, they can be very dreamy, and they're not really down to earth, right? I love them. I love strong Pisces people, but it can be if when not chasing that spiritual enlightenment, then shadow vibe Pisces people are addicts. They're addicted to things. They escape. They escape their higher calling, and that's exactly what this conjunction at the same time as this new moon in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is part of this pile up in Pisces here with the North Node. The North Node is encouraging all of us to go toward our next level, this glow up, this next level of spirituality. If you hate the word spirituality, I get it. It's just your best version, and we're all being encouraged to be the best version of ourselves this year. We need to stop with the programming. We need to unlearn. We need to unlearn our past programs, and most of us run on our past programs. But I help you dig into what are my programs then? And how can I reprogram them? I give you 7 brain hacks in that shadow workbook. And this is the year for shadow work. This is the year to focus our thoughts. So we just had Neptune move into Aries on March 30th. That's another main indicator of like we need to reach our next level because Neptune it rules Pisces. We've just been talking about Pisces. Neptune rules Pisces, and Neptune in Aries is much more like, okay, let's get the job done. Neptune's been in Pisces and just loving all this foggy energy and just like, oh, I'll just say the thing, but I don't need to do anything. No, I'll just pray it away or I'll just think about it. It'll just manifest. No, Neptune going into Aries goes, okay, well, then do the damn thing, which is exactly what this T square to this moon with Mars, Pluto, T squaring the sun and the moon saying, okay, yeah, no, you've gained a lot of spiritual wisdom. And if you, again, you've gained a lot of wisdom, you know a lot of things, you've read a lot of books. Okay, great, you did that. Anyways, how are you going to serve humanity now? What are you going to go out, shine your light? We need your light, you know? Let's have some mindset shifts. Let's stop dimming our lights. Let's get out there. Let's help. Let's serve. And so Neptune going into Aries on March 30th is very similar to the Saturn Venus North Node conjunction in Pisces. And then upcoming in on May 24th, we've got Saturn also moving into Aries. So it's a lot of like, okay, get up and do it then. Let's stop complaining. Let's stop just philosophizing. Let's end that. We've done that. We've been in that energy, and now we need to do the damn thing. Okay. So, okay, I've given you these great journals to help you with that journey of writing the intention. And of course, we're using the Taurus flavor. Taurus loves nice things and good food and the nicest things in life. And Taurus is so grounded. So let's keep that energy going with this new moon because there is a lot of like, okay, let's do it energy, and it can get to be a bit much, and we're all feeling it, especially with Saturn, with Venus, and the North Node. Saturn wants rules. Saturn wants boundaries. Saturn wants hard work, and Saturn is the ruler of time. You got to put your time in. You have to meditate for at least 5 minutes a day, whatever it is, you know? You have to write your intentions. You can't just think about it for 1 second. The shiny squirrel. You have to do some work. You have to notice where your thoughts are going if you want to do the great unlearning of your past programming. So, hard work to get to the next level. There is a lot of light to be shared, and we do need your light. If you're watching a video like this, I'm sure you're a hardcore empath like I am, and I'm sure you have gained a lot of wisdom in your days, and we now need to hear from you. We now need to know how your specialty. Mine's astrology, you know, and I can help you navigate the heavens, what's happening with the current cosmos, and help you navigate that within your own birth chart, and I can help you decode your blueprint so you can know your purpose. I can do stuff like that. Well, what's your special talent? I know you've learned a lot. If you've gotten here to this channel, you are an empath, you are a light bringer, you are a way shower, you are here to help the rest of us. And we all need some help right now. It's heavy energy, Saturn, Venus, North Node. It's there, it's in Pisces. We're all feeling it. I feel it here, you know. And I think we're all having a heart opening activation with these kind of transits that can be really hard. But let's hold on to the Taurus new moon. It is great energy. And let's go through the 12 houses to see where this new moon is affecting your chart and where you can set intentions. So Taurus, first house. Taurus, first house. Okay. So if you're Taurus rising, Taurus rules your first house. You are ruled by Venus. Venus is your chart ruler. Beautiful. So you're a beautiful person. You look beautiful. Of course you are, and you love beautiful things and you love food and all that stuff. So maybe you want to write an intention. You want to grab your moon journal at the time of this new moon. First house impacts your whole life. It can be your actual body. Yes, it can, but it impacts your whole life and it impacts how you show up in this world, whether you're doing a YouTube video, whether you're going to work and doing a presentation or just everyday work, or whether you're going to the grocery store and getting your milk. How do you show up? How do you show up? Are you showing up like a shadow vibe Taurus, like lazy? Sorry, Taurus, you know I love you. You know I love you. I'm a hardcore Aries, and so yes, I have been very shadowy Aries throughout my whole life, but I go in and out like we all do, right? So ungrounded, like Taurus can be very ungrounded. Are you showing up like that? Do you need to set intentions to have some more grounding in your life, to have more pleasure in your life? This is impacting your whole life because it's your first house. Set the intention for new pleasure, new fabrics. You want new fabrics throughout your house and on your body. You want bougie things. Taurus loves bougie things, so maybe you want actual bougie things. First house is your self-worth too. I mean, like it isn't, second house is, but Taurus rules self-worth. And maybe you know you are worthy of so much more. And maybe that's your intention to set. You want to work on your self-worth. And it's on the same stick as the worthiness that comes into your bank account. Low self-worth, high self-worth, it's on the same stick as what you are worth, what your bank account says you are worth, and what you are not worth. So no, owning your worthiness might be an intention setting that you want to do, Taurus. Perhaps you want to change the way you look. You might want to have a new haircut or, cosmetic surgery or something like this. Because again, it's your first house. It's the way you look, your body. You might want to lose some weight, you might want to gain some weight. You might want to, um, you know, get stronger and go to the gym and lift weights, like anything in your life. And especially regarding your self-worth and grounding and stepping into that worth. And if you want nice bougie things, then put that in your intentions. Don't judge it. You're Taurus rising after all. You love bougie things. So comment below, are you a Taurus rising? Is this hitting you? I often say that whenever you're having a moon, whether it's full or a new moon like this one, going through your first house, that can bring up anxiety. So just keep that in mind. And with this Saturn Venus North Node conjunction in Pisces, we're all feeling it. We're all feeling it. So just know that you're worthy of whatever you want. Don't judge it. And if the anxiety picks up with that moon in your first house, just know that too shall pass. Take the time to meditate and to slow down at the time. Hey, Gemini, 12th house. Gemini, 12th house. Are you a Gemini rising? You've got this moon in your 12th house. New moon, let's set new intentions for 12th house things. 12th house is the final house, so maybe you need to stop the thing, let go of the thing, forgive the person, forgive yourself. It's the end. Like you've had enough, right? What have you had enough of? Grab your journal and just be like, okay, I forgive. You could even write the letter in this. You'll be guided at the time of this, what it is that you want to set. This is the page for how you're feeling under the influence of this new moon. And you could write the forgiveness letter here, dear so-and-so. You never have to send those letters that you want forgiveness for, unless you feel called to. Unless you feel called to send a letter, you can always write a letter to forgive yourself. If you held on too long, you didn't say goodbye when you knew you should have. Who do you need to forgive? You need to forgive yourself. I totally get that. I totally get that. So maybe this is the space that you want to end, forgive, let go. Those are definitely the themes of the 12th house. 12th house also rules addictions. So if you're feeling like you're eating too much, drinking too much, smoking too much, and you want to set an intention, you know, I want to cut down on my drinking, stop smoking, you know, my intention is this. And then 6 months time when the moon is full in Taurus, you'll look back on your moon journal for your intentions and you're going to be blown away that you set the intention at this new moon. Now, you might be feeling a lot of this. I need to do this thing. I need to make this decision because there's a T-square to Mars and Pluto with this conjunction with the sun and the moon in your 12th house. And so you might really be feeling like I'm deciding, I'm ending it. I know what I need to do now. And so there's a very powerful time. The 12th house is a very powerful let go, let goddess house. With all of those themes, self-forgiveness is a big one, especially it's Taurus, right? So you know you're worthy of forgiving yourself. 12th house is also things like hospitals, rehab centers, orphanages, those kind of institutions. And maybe you want a job in that hospital. You write the intention, I want to have the job, you know? Or somebody that works at a prison or works at the rehab center. You're connected, you're in cahoots with someone, with those hospitals, mental institutions, mental illness, all that stuff is 12th house. So what's the intention that you want to set now so that in 12 months, or sorry, 6 months time, when the moon is full in Taurus, you can look back at your moon journal and you can see what has manifested or has not manifested. Okay, Cancer rising, that's 11th house. Taurus is in your 11th house. If you're a Cancer rising person, get out your moon journal, set the intentions for 11th house themes. So friends, I want new friends. I need to set boundaries. Okay, with this Saturn, Venus, North Node conjunction happening at the same time, you might be feeling like I need to make decisions. I need to change. I need to make boundaries regarding friends and groups and online thing. Maybe you need to end a whole bunch of online memberships, you know, that you have. They're just sucking away your money. Maybe you need to write that intention in your new moon journal with regarding groups, online things. Maybe you want to create an online project, an online group. You want to create an online course because the 11th house is all things online, internet. It's the future. It's your future self. Maybe you want to connect with your future self. You want to start meditating and connecting in with the advice of your future self. It's all things technology as well. It's the future and it is humanity, the greatest good for all. So Cancer rising people, get out your moon journal and find the page for this particular new moon and write your intentions. All 11th house things for you. Are you Leo rising? That's your 10th house. Are you a Leo rising? Taurus rules your 10th. Taurus is all things bougie, grounded, night pleasure, lovely things, and it's in your 10th, Leo. So let's talk about it. This is the top of your chart. This is your career. This is like your title. This is the way people see you, your public reputation. Everyone sees what's happening in the 10th house. You can't hide the 10th house. So if you're a Leo rising, then Taurus is in your 10th house. And you want to write intentions at the time of this new moon. You want to grab your moon journal. You want to write intentions here about 10th house things. Maybe you want an advancement in your career. You want a title change at your career. You want to go from assistant to CEO. So you want to write intentions about a title change. Maybe you want to go from Ms. to Mrs. You want to be married by 6 months from now. Or single to engaged, you know, that's a title change up in the 10th. Everyone can see it, right? Maybe you want a whole new job. You want to advance your career. You want to change things in your career, and you're feeling it. Because this is we've got a T-square to Mars and Pluto. We've got Neptune, Saturn, Venus, and North Node in Pisces. There's a need for change, and you might be feeling like you need to set intentions. with your career, with a title change. 10th house is also your father. Maybe you want to talk to your dad again. You haven't spoken to him for years. Or maybe your father is dearly departed and you want to connect with him on the other side. Maybe you want to become a father. All things related to father. You want a new start there and you want to set your intentions. You want to write down in your moon journal about 10th house things. It's the top of the chart, so it's big. So dream big and expect big results in 6 months' time at the time of the full moon in Taurus. Okay, Virgo, it's in your ninth house. Are you a Virgo rising? Ninth house for you, Virgo. So ninth house is all things education. So higher education, like university, college, courses, like online courses. It's learning, it's teaching. Um, it is also foreigners and foreign countries. It's also long distance travel. So write the intention, get out your moon journal, come to the page where you write the intentions about all your ninth house things. So if you're a Virgo rising, Taurus is in your ninth house, and you want to take that bougie trip overseas because Taurus is bougie. Taurus loves good food, the nicest things in life, pleasures. It's ruled by Venus, beautiful things. So write the intention about taking the trip, or maybe something to do with someone from another country, a foreigner. Maybe you want to ask out that beautiful person that's from another country. Maybe you want to take the course, teach the thing. This is all about teaching and learning, right? So it's also about book publishing. You want to publish that book. You want to get out your journal and write your intention. I will write my book so that in 6 months' time, I can self-publish on Amazon. So it's the publishing house, travel, foreigners, learning, teaching, and it's also the spiritual house. So it's like, am I religious? Do I need to leave my religion and become spiritual? Or I want to join a religion. It's all things your belief system, your spirituality. Okay, Libra rising, this is your eighth house. Are you a Libra rising person? This is affecting your eighth house. This is a deeply intimate house, the eighth house. So it can be a marriage house, even though the seventh house is your marriage partner. But eighth house is when you deeply, deeply become intimate with a human. So it is the sex house, and maybe you want to get out your journal and you want to write like I've been celibate for years. It's time to have a sex life again. I want to change things with my partner. I want to get on a different intimate level with him or her. The eighth house is the butterfly house, I always say. So it's like you couldn't even go back to the caterpillar if you wanted to. You are now a butterfly. You have completely transformed. And so maybe you want to have that butterfly effect. Maybe you want to be the phoenix rising from the ashes. Maybe you're feeling like I have reached rock bottom. There is nowhere else to go but up. And that's when you become the great phoenix rising from the ashes. And that's when you become the butterfly because you need to transform. And there's so much energy here supporting that with Saturn and Venus and the North Node together and Pisces at the same time as this new moon in Taurus with the T-square to Mars and Pluto. Just like do it, make a decision, do the thing. And you might be feeling strongly urged to transform yourself. So maybe transform your body, maybe lose the weight, maybe go to the gym, maybe do the shadow work, maybe finally unlearn the past programs, learn how to take charge of your emotions so your emotions don't take charge of you, learn how to focus your thoughts. Maybe it's time to dig into these 7 brain hacks that help you unlearn all the programming that has been sizzled in. So many of us are running on our programs, and that's all we're doing. And most of our programs are sizzled in by the age 7. And then we grow up to be these adults, but we're really still running on these programs. And maybe since your Taurus is ruling your 8th house, you're a Libra rising, and you feel like I need to transform myself. I need to transform my mind. I need to transform my lifestyle. The eighth house is also chunky money. So like taxes and inheritance, the money that you save with a spouse. So maybe you want to put the money into the bank, into that thing. Maybe it's time to grab your journal, write intentions. I want to start saving. I want to start a savings account so that in 10 years time, like I'm going to have so much more compound interest or whatever. So eighth house is money. It's the saving of the money, and it can be an inheritance. Set the intentions for what you want to do with your money, what you want to do with your transforming your life, what you want to do with your sex life, what you want to do with transforming your thoughts, and your emotions. So that's a powerful house for you, Libra risings. Okay, are you a Scorpio rising? Scorpio rising, this is affecting your seventh house. So Taurus rules your seventh house. So you want to grab your moon journal and you want to write your intentions about seventh house things so that in 6 months' time, at the full moon, you can see what has harvested or has not harvested. But you are smart and you grab your journal and you write out your intentions. And it's all things about your closest relationships, your spouse, your best friends, your business partner. And yes, it is your open enemies. So write your intentions regarding all those close people. So if you know someone is not a fan, maybe your intention is to finally not to give 1-0. You're getting there, you're understanding that it's their stuff, it's not yours. You know that they don't like you. They're not including you. So it's time for you to take charge. That's something that shadow work really teaches you. It teaches you to take charge of your emotions so your emotions don't take charge of you. So if you know you've got enemies out there, your intention setting might be around letting them, the Mel Robbins theory, letting them totally deeply commit to misunderstanding you, letting them. You don't need to chase anyone, right? So it could be on that level. It could also be you want to get married, or if you're married, you want to start something new with your spouse. You want to reach the next level with your spouse. Maybe it means counseling. Maybe it means, like we need to reconnect. So writing the intentions about reconnecting emotionally with your spouse. Same can be said about your best friends, your closest people, your business partners. Maybe you want to have a change, with them. And it's not that you want them to go. Maybe you do. But maybe you want a deeper level with those closest people, and or the people that cannot stand you. That's seventh house energy. Okay, are you a Sagittarius rising? Taurus hits your sixth house. The sixth house is your everyday habits, and it's those atomic habits. So what you're doing daily, super boring, but you're doing it daily, become atomic habits, and it completely changes your life. So you get up in the morning, you go for that 20-minute walk, then you do the stretches, then you do the celery juice, then do this at work. Do this at work every day. So, you keep at that, you keep at that schedule, and you're going to master your life. So maybe you need to write some intentions about like, oh, I need to exercise my body every day. I need to stretch my body every day. I need to change it up at work. I know what I need to do to get to the next level at my workplace, right? I know I want to do this so that in 6 months' time, I'm going to have the raise. I'm going to have a different title at work, right? Sixth house is also pets. So if you want a pet, you might want to put that into your intention setting, get your journal out, and I want that cute little puppy. Could have to do with pets. But the sixth house truly is about personal growth, healing yourself. It's not about changing the world. We don't need to change the world. We just need to heal ourselves. We need to heal what's inside. We need to do our shadow work on the daily. We need to focus our thoughts every day. We need to do an inventory of how long we were worried about so and so thing. How long did I spend on that? Did I ruminate on that every single day? Do that at the end of the day so that we can unlearn the past programming. That's so sixth house. That's becoming the next level of you, taking charge of your emotions so your emotions don't take charge of you. So if you're a Sagittarius rising, it's those daily things. It's healing yourself, becoming your own inner healer. Joanne and I are hosting a workshop on that at the end of May. So if you're in the Vancouver area, please do join. This is so up your alley. This is exactly what we're talking about. Connect with your inner healer, and it changes the whole world. Once you heal yourself, it heals every single woman in your lineage, every single person in your lineage, and it changes your whole world all around you. Are you Capricorn rising? This is affecting your fifth house. Capricorn rising, fifth house. Okay, how lovely. Fifth house is the fun house. So if you are a Capricorn rising person, Taurus rules your fifth. Taurus is bougie. Taurus likes nice things, good food, the best fabrics, the best things in life, the most beautiful things. You want to get a beautiful new haircut, it's all those things. And fifth house is the fun house. So this Taurus likes being here probably quite a bit because I can get on board with bougie things. You can have a little bit too much fun. Let's not have a little bit like gambling. It rules the fifth house too, right? So, know your limits, stay within it, as they say, right? But maybe you want to set your intention. You want to grab your moon journal and you want to get to your page where it talks about setting the intention at the time of this new moon in Taurus. And it is squaring, T-squaring the Mars and Pluto, right? This particular new moon. And we've got Saturn, Venus, and North Node in Pisces also advising us, urging us, like, do the thing, make the decision. And it has to do with fifth house things. So very creative. The fifth house is extremely creative. All art projects, all creations. Maybe it's time to set your intention about creating the new thing. Maybe you're an online content creator and it's time for you to make the course, create the 6-week course. It's time to paint the picture. You've been working at the painting and you haven't done it. Fifth house is extremely artistic. And you're going to write intentions about the new art project, the new creative project. Fifth house also rules children. So if you're a Capricorn rising and you want to get pregnant, you set the intentions at the time of this new moon in Taurus at 7 degrees, because this is the time to plant the seeds, literally, for children. Or if you already have children and you want to change anything about your relationship with them, now is the time to do so. Maybe you haven't been getting along with your children and you want to have a new beginning with them. This is perfect timing to create intentions for a new beginning with the children that you already have. And again, if you're trying to get pregnant, this is perfect for you, Capricorn risings. Have some fun. I mean, if you're not wanting to do an art project, if you're not wanting to create a human life, have some fun. Fifth house is the fun house, do something fun and where you feel wild and free. Maybe set the intention for that. Maybe it's something like jumping out of an airplane, maybe that would be fun for some people. So you would grab your new moon journal and you would say, I set the intention to do the bungee jumping, within the next 6 months. And so that in 6 months' time, you can see if you have met that fun intention, right? So that's a fun one for you, Capricorn rising. Set those intentions, make the decisions, go do the thing. Aquarius rising, this is your fourth house. Taurus rules your fourth house for you, Aquarius rising. This is family. This is all things family. Do you want to change your family? Do you want an addition to your family? Do you want to heal those family wounds, Aquarius rising? Do you want to let go, let goddess, with your mother in particular, because fourth house is the mother. Fourth house also rules your emotions. So is it time to do the shadow work, Aquarius rising? Is it time to take charge of your emotions so that your emotions don't take charge of you? Fourth house is it's the deepest house and it rules your emotions. And is it time to get real about your emotions? Fourth house is also house, home, property. So what better time if you want to move into a new house? Grab your moon journal and write out your intentions. You go to the page where I advise you what to do at the new moon in Taurus, and you write your intentions. I will move. I want a move. I want a new place. Da 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 da. Plant those seeds in that dark soil under the dark new moon so that in 6 months' time you can see what is harvested. It's a deeply emotional house, Aquarius rising. Has everything to do with your family. If you want to add to your family, if you want to finally set the boundary with that toxic family member, Saturn, Venus, North Node conjunction in Pisces definitely feels that. And the square to Mars and Pluto, the T square, makes you feel like I got to make decisions here. I have to do the damn thing. So you might be really feeling it. You might be really feeling Aquarius rising. Are you a Pisces rising? Taurus rules your third. Taurus rules your third. Third house is the junk drawer of astrology. So it's a lot of things. Mostly it's your communication, speaking, talking, writing. Speaking, talking, writing, communicating. Learning. It's the learning house. So going back to school or being the teacher, especially to younger children. It's those younger elementary school age years as well. It's also your neighborhood and your neighbors. You might want to move to a new neighborhood. You might want to learn a new thing. You might want to teach a new thing. It's also with transportation. So cars, bikes, scooters. You might need a new car. You might want a new scooter, a new e-bike, you know. It's also short distance travel. So you might want to set the intention, grab your moon journal. And I just said a whole third house is a whole bunch of things, right? And it's Taurus, so it's bougie and you want nice things. So you grab your journal, you look at the new moon and journal, new moon and Taurus prompt that I've given you, and you start writing out your intentions about third house things. If you're a Pisces rising, you have the power to get some bougie Taurus third house things. It also is writing, a writing project, right? So again, first thing it is, third house stuff is your communication style, writing, speaking, talking, writing. So saying the thing online, because it does rule the internet as well. Third house is a lot of things. Third house is an internet, like might want to start that Instagram page, say the thing, write the thing, speak your thing. You might want to start doing Instagram lives more often, things like that. But yeah, it might be all the other things too, like plan the short distance travel. The trip, it's only 2 hours away from your house, but you know what? It takes time, it takes travel. I'm going to put that in the vortex. This is what I want to do. Or neighbors, neighborhood, change of scenery there. And last but certainly not least, Aries. This is ruling your second house. Taurus rules your second house, which is all about self-worth, your worthiness. You might want to write intention. You want to grab your moon journal and you want to get to the page where you write out your intentions about self-worth. I need to work on my self-worth. This is how I'm going to do it. I want to increase the money that I make because second house is a money house and it's the money that you earn, you get put into your bank account. This is the kind of money I want to start making so that in 6 months' time, when the moon is full, you will go back and you will see, yeah, I worked on my self-worth, and then the worthiness, it's on the same spectrum. It's a spinning wheel. You work on your worthiness, and next thing you know, money is an energy exchange and it starts flowing into your bank account. So you might want to write intentions about that. I intend to make more money. I intend to work on my self-worth. And it's Taurus, right? Taurus wants nice things. Taurus loves bougie things. You might want to write intentions about, like, I want to start having nicer clothes. I want to upgrade my wardrobe. Taurus loves that. Taurus wants you to have the softest fabrics and the nicest things. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is pleasure and beauty. You might want to work on all of those things regarding pleasure and beauty. You might want to have a new haircut, new hair color, new look, and it's going to increase your self-worth and your worthiness. So we went through an all signs forecast of this new moon in Taurus at 7 degrees of Taurus. It's happening on April the 27th at 12:30 p.m. PST. So adjust that to your place on the planet. Let us know in the comments below, where does Taurus fall in your natal birth chart? If you don't have a birth chart, you go to astro.com. You'll get a free birth chart there. And if you have questions, of course, you can send me, you can write it in the comments of this video. You can send me a message on Instagram. You can find me on Jenny's Next Chapter on Instagram. Same handle as my YouTube handle. You can buy my books. I'll set up links to buy my books. I've got shadow work that I've been talking about. This is my introduction to astrology, how to do the big three. This is the Mandela Manifesting Coloring Journal that I created with Joanna. Joanna and I are hosting a workshop on May 31st. So if you're local in Vancouver, please do join our Inner Healer workshop. Now is the time. The cosmos are urging all of us with the Saturn Venus North Node conjunction in Pisces at the time of this new moon in Taurus with the T-square to Mars and Pluto. A lot of urgent feelings to do the thing, make the decision, make the changes. Never before has there been a time to work on our shadows, to be honest, about what it is that we finally want to unlearn. We are so sick and tired of our own BS. That's when we start doing the shadow work. When you are so sick and tired of your own BS, that's when you want to do the unlearning. That's when you're willing to look into the 7 different brain hacks that I give in this book to teach you how to unlearn it, so that the past programs are not running your life any longer. We're feeling it at the time of this new moon in Taurus with that T-square to Mars and Pluto, with the conjunction of Saturn, Venus, and North Node in Pisces. Pisces is urging all of us with that North Node there to get to our next level, whether you want to call it your spiritual next level. It's just the next best version of you. And there needs to be some structure and some boundaries and some hard work and some discipline. That's what Saturn is saying. Venus is right next to this whole party in Pisces, saying, yeah, keep it bougie. You deserve the best in life. Don't settle. With Saturn, Venus, and North Node together in Pisces, don't settle. So there's a lot of decisions that perhaps need to be made, changes that need to be made, focus on our thoughts and our feelings so that we can do the unlearning, so that we can create new, higher versions of our thoughts and of our next level self. So I hope this video has served you well. I'm wishing all of you a very blessed new moon in Taurus. Don't forget, the moon loves to be in Taurus. And although there is this push-pull decision-making, not sure what to do feeling from the cosmos, do try and keep in mind that the moon loves this Taurus grounded, very stable and beautiful and sensual energy of Taurus in the moon. So let's all embrace that at the time of this new moon. And by all means, let me know in the comments, where does Taurus fall in your natal birth chart? Can't wait to hear from you. Happy new moon in Taurus.